The dirt still knows my name. Modern Southern soul, blues trap. 520, 545. The dirt you came from still knows your name. And if you remember that, success will never make you proud enough to lose yourself. Every Sunday morning, that old church bell would ring across the fields. Mama humming in the kitchen, coffee on the stove, granddaddy smiling without saying much. Those little moments didn't look like treasure then. Now I trade every city skyline for one more sunrise back home. Funny how distance teaches what gratitude forgot. The dirt still knows my name. It remembers every barefoot step, every childhood dream, every promise I whisper to the sky. No matter how far I roam, there's a piece of my soul that never left home. Life gave me promotions, life gave me pressure, life gave me people who only called when they needed something. But the old folks raised me different. Shake every hand, look people in the eye, mean what you say, leave every place better than you found it. Some values never go out of style. A man grows taller when he stays humble. The dirt still knows my name. Not because I was famous, because I came back to help, to listen, to remember, to kneel beside the graves of the ones who made me possible. If tomorrow my children ask, where do we belong? I'll point beyond the highways, beyond the headlines, back to the porch where love was louder than money, back to the fields where character was planted first. The dirt still knows my name, and I pray long after I'm gone, it remembers me kindly. Not as the richest man, not as the loudest man, but as a man who honored his family, protected his peace, kept his promises, love without pride. It never became too important to come back home. I can hear it, every mile, every prayer. The dirt still knows my name. I needed when I was young. 520, 550, 82 BPM, E minor. Deep gritty, baby. The things you needed but never asked for. And you realize maybe the man you were looking for was the man you were supposed to become. I was just a boy with too many questions, watching grown men pretend they had answers. I needed somebody to tell me it's alright to be scared. Get back up when you fall. Don't let shame make your decisions. But nobody said it, so I learned the hard way. Mistake by mistake, scar by scar. Now I look back and I understand what that boy needed. I became the man I needed when I was young, the one who stays when the night gets long, the one who says I love you without feeling ashamed, the one who admits when he's wrong, the one who tells his children, you don't have to earn my love. I became the man I was waiting for, and I wish that a younger boy could see me now. Yeah. Granddaddy gave me work in my hands, Mama gave me prayer in my heart, but life gave me lessons neither one could protect me from. I learned betrayal, learned loneliness, learned what it feels like to sit in a crowded room and still feel invisible for years. I thought those wounds made me less of a man. Now I know they taught me how to recognize pain in somebody else. Sometimes the wound you wanted to hide becomes the reason you know how to help. I became the man I needed when I was young. I don't yell just because I'm angry. I don't leave just because I'm hurt. I don't make promises I don't intend to keep. And when my children come to me broken, I don't tell them to toughen up. I sit beside them and say, tell me what happened. My son once asked me, Daddy, do grown men cry? I looked at him and almost laughed. Then I remember being his age, so I told him, yes, son. Sometimes they cry because something hurts. Sometimes they cry because something matters. And sometimes they cry because they finally made it through. He looked at me, then put his head on my shoulder. That moment healed something I didn't know was still broken. Maybe that's what fatherhood is, healing yesterday while protecting tomorrow. I became the man I needed when I was young. Not perfect, not fearless, not always right, just present, just honest, just willing to keep learning. I can't go back and save that boy, but I can make sure my children never wonder if they're loved. If I could sit beside that younger me, I'd tell him, you're gonna lose people, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna have nights when nobody understands you. But don't become cold, don't stop believing in good people. Don't be afraid to say you love somebody. And whatever happens, home. I became the man I needed when I was young, and every hard year helped me understand strength ain't having no wounds. Strength is knowing what to do with the wounds you have. Life tested my mind, tested my heart, tested my patience, tested my pride, tested my faith. But every test brought me closer to the man I wanted my children to know. So when they look at me, I hope they don't see a perfect man. I hope they see a safe place, a steady hand, a truthful voice, a man who stayed, a man who listened, a man who loved them while they were still becoming themselves. And maybe that's the man I was looking for all along. I found him in the mirror. I became him, little by little, for that little boy, for my children, for my family. I'm finally the man I needed. Don't make me choose between pride and home. 520, 550. Pride will tell you to stand your ground. Wisdom will ask you, what are you standing on? Sometimes being a man means knowing when to lower your voice and open your arms. I used to think being right was everything. Had to have the final word, had to prove my point, had to make sure everybody knew I wasn't the one who started it. Then I watched a good marriage turn cold. Two people standing in the same room, both waiting for the other one to apologize. That's when I learned you can win the argument and still lose the house. Some battles don't deserve your best ammunition. Don't make me choose between pride and home. I don't need to win if winning leaves me alone. I'd rather say I'm sorry and sleep beside silence. I'd rather bend and break what took years to build. A man's got to know when to hold his ground and when to hold the people he loves. Grandmama never shouted when she gave advice. She just looked at me, wait until I got quiet, and say, baby, you can be right and still be wrong. That sentence used to bother me, now it follows me through every hard conversation I've learned. Apologies don't make a man smaller. Sometimes they're the strongest words he can speak. Pride protects the ego, humility protects the home. Don't make me choose between pride and home. I know which one I wanna come home to. I don't need the last word. I need my children to see forgiveness. I need my woman to know I still listen. I need peace more than applause. Don't make me choose, I choose home. I've lost enough to understand the price. Friends who never called again. Family dinners where somebody stopped showing up. Old photographs with empty spaces where people used to stand. Life moves fast, too fast to spend it proving who was wrong. So if I hurt you, tell me. If I hurt you, I listen. If we can fix it, let's fix it. Because tomorrow ain't promised to anybody sitting at this table. Sometimes love isn't a feeling, it's a decision you make before your pride does. Don't make me choose between pride and home. I seen what happens when a man chooses wrong. He gets the against the room where nobody wants to speak. I don't want that, I'd rather swallow a little pride tonight than spend years wishing I had my son. One day you'll argue with somebody you love. Your blood will run hot, your heart will say, walk away before you do. Take a breath, look at their face, ask yourself, is being right worth losing them? Because some doors once closed don't open the same way again. Don't make me choose between pride and home. I got too much life behind me to waste it now. Life tested my patience, tested my heart, tested my strength, tested my pride. And the hardest lesson was learned. Pride can make a lonely man feel powerful, but humility can make a family feel safe. So I'll choose the kitchen table, choose the front porch, choose the hand reaching for mine, choose the people who still call me home. Let somebody else have the last word. I just want the last embrace. I just want everybody home. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home.
The day I learned to let go. 520. 550. And holding on because you're afraid of who you'll be without them. Sometimes letting go ain't giving up. It's finally choosing peace. After they left, kept old numbers in my phone, kept old pictures in a drawer, kept conversations I should have buried years ago. I told myself I was loyal. Truth was, I was scared to start over, scared that if I let go, everything I survived would mean nothing. Then one morning I realized holding the past was costing me the future. That was the day I learned to let go. Let go of anger, let go of blame, let go of people who didn't want to stay. I didn't stop loving them, I just stopped losing myself to keep them. Some doors need forgiveness, not another knock. Some memories need gratitude, not another chance. That was the day I learned to let go. Grandmama used to say, baby, you can't plant new flowers with your hands full of dead ones. I never forgot that because I had been carrying yesterday like it was a responsibility. Every betrayal, every goodbye, every promise that got broken, I carried all of it. Then wondered why my heart was so tired. Pain can become a habit if you keep feeding it memories. That was the day I learned to let go. I stopped needing an apology to move forward. Stop waiting for somebody to understand what they did. Stop believing closure had to come from the person who hurt me. I gave myself permission to walk away with love and leave the rest with God. I remember sitting in my truck, rain beating against the glass, thinking about all the people I couldn't save, all the relationships I couldn't repair, all the years I couldn't get back. Then I looked at my hands and realized they were still mine. My heart was still beating, my children still needed me. Tomorrow was still waiting. Sometimes the ending ain't the tragedy. Sometimes refusing to end that was the day I learned to let go. I let the old man inside me die, the one who thought suffering proved he was loyal. I learned that peace ain't weakness, boundaries ain't hatred, distance ain't betrayal, and forgiveness doesn't mean you have to return. I let go so I could finally hold on to what mattered. If my son ever finds himself holding on to something that's destroying him, I'll tell him, son, love it, learn from it, forgive it, but don't let it bury you. You were not born to spend your whole life standing at the door of somebody who already left. That was the day I learned to let go. And when I opened my hands, I found peace waiting there. I found my children, found my purpose, found my faith, found the man I had buried under everybody else's expectations. Life tested my patience, tested my heart, tested my strength, tested my pride, tested my faith. And the hardest lesson wasn't learning how to hold on. It was learning when holding on was hurting me. So I let go, not because I stopped caring, because I finally started caring about myself too. And for the first time in years, I could breathe. I let it go. I let the anger go. I let the past go. I kept the lesson, I kept the love, but I let it go. Now I can breathe, now I can go. Now I can come home. The things a man says too late. 5:20, 5:50. 82 BPM, F minor. Deep gritting till the hospital room to say you're sorry. And don't wait until somebody's gone to finally admit you love them. Wish I told Daddy I understood. Wish I'd asked about the years he never talked about. Wish I'd noticed how tired he was before I became too busy to notice. He never asked for much, just a little time. A chair beside him, a cup of coffee, a conversation that didn't have to end quickly. I thought there would always be another Sunday. I was wrong. Some words don't get lighter with time, they get heavier. These are the things a man says too late. I love you, I appreciate you, I should have been there, I'm proud of you, I'm sorry. 5 little sentences that can carry a lifetime when you say them before it's too late. Mama still calls every Sunday, I answer now before the second ring. She asks me if I've eaten, I ask her if she's alright. She laughs and says, I'm fine, baby. But I hear the years in her voice, so I stay on the phone. I don't rush her, I don't say I'll call you back, because one day there may be no call back. Time doesn't send reminders, it just keeps moving. These are the things a man says too late. I needed you, you helped me, you made me better. I remember, I'll never forget. Don't let pride put those words in your throat until the person who needs to hear them can't hear anymore. I've seen grown men stand beside graves, holding flowers they should have given years earlier, talking to a photograph, saying everything they were too proud to say face to face. That kind of regret don't make you stronger, it just teaches you what you should have known already. Love is not a private feeling, love is something you say, something you show, something you make time for. Tomorrow is not a promise, it's only a possibility. These are the things a man says today. I forgive you, come sit with me. How are you really? You matter to me. Come home, because the people we love shouldn't have to leave this world wondering if they matter. So tonight, I'm calling my brother, I'm checking on mama, I'm hugging my children a little longer. I'm looking my woman in the eyes and telling her what I sometimes forget to say. You make this life worth coming home to. No speeches, no perfect moment, just truth while there's still time. These are the things a man says today before tomorrow takes the chance away. I love you, I'm sorry, thank you, I forgive you, I'm proud of you. Those words don't make a man weak, they make him honest. Life tested my patience, tested my heart, tested my pride, tested my strength. But the hardest lesson was learning you can survive 1,000 hard days and still regret the one conversation you never had. So don't wait, make the call, open the door, take the hand, say the words, because one day the room may be quiet and you'll wish you had said them while they were still standing in front of you. I love you. I love you. I should have said it sooner. Thank you. Before it's too late. Don't wait, don't wait. Say it now.
A man who still has something to give. 5:15. 5:15.
The man can lose money, he can lose time, he can lose people. But if his heart is still beating, he still has something to give. I spent years thinking my value came from work, how much I could earn, how much I could carry, how many problems I could solve. Then life slowed me down. I watched my children grow, watched my mother get older, watched friends disappear, and I finally understood my greatest gift was never what I owned. It was what I gave to people who needed me. A man doesn't become empty when he gives. Giving is how he finds himself. I still got something to give. A little wisdom, a little patience, a hand when somebody falls. Oh, I still got something to give. Even after the losses, even after the scars, even after life took more than I thought I could bear. I may not have everything I once had, but I still have love, and I still got something to give. Granddaddy never had a lot of money, but people came to him when life got heavy. He'd listen first, then he'd say, keep your word, son. Don't let hardship make you forget how to be good. I carry that advice everywhere I go. Now when somebody calls at midnight, I don't ask what they can do for me. I ask, what do you need? That's the kind of man I want my children to know. I still got something to give. I can give forgiveness, I can give my time, I can give somebody a place to breathe. I don't have to be rich to be useful. I don't have to be perfect to be there. Somebody helped me when I was down, now it's my turn. There were days I thought I had nothing left. My heart was tired, my faith was quiet, my pride was bruised. I sat alone and wondered what I was still good for. Then my son walked in and asked me if I wanted coffee. That little moment answered everything. I wasn't finished, I was needed. Sometimes purpose doesn't arrive loudly. Sometimes it says, Daddy, you home. I still got something to give. I can still teach, still listen, still love, still show up. Life can test every part of me. My mind, my heart, my strength, my patience, my pride, my faith. But it cannot decide what I do with what remains. If my son ever thinks his life is over because something was lost, I tell him, son, you are not finished. Because you failed, you are not empty. Because somebody left. As long as you can love, learn, work, forgive, and show up, you still have something to give.
I still got something to give.
Not because life was easy on me,
Because the hard years taught me what matters.
I can give my children my presence.
I can give my family my word.
I can give a tired friend a place
He gave what he had. He showed up. He made somebody's life a little lighter. That's enough for me. I still got something. I still got something. I still got love. I still got another day. As long as I'm here, I got something to give. I still got something to give.